Hey everyone, Riley here with Kite Paddle Surf. Today we are taking a look at Slingshot's new SlingWing V3 HH. But yeah, so like when you're holding here, you can kind of just like
you have more
easily with your wrist, just kind of like rotate it up if you need to stop it from doing this on you, you know.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I was flying it like. It's like if you're going this way, flagged out, you could go, you know, have it like this, and then if you want to turn, you can quickly, you know, pass it off, which is pretty nice, yeah. Or, I mean, you've used the SlingWing quite a bit, right? You know, like it sits so well, so you can almost just toss it sometimes.
Really
like,
oh yeah,
you kind of just like I'm gonna switch direction. I'll just kind of like throw it up and grab it.
Yeah.
Just the ozone loop.
Yep.
Works great. Kind of do want to try a more rigid one though.
A more rigid one now?
It might be a little. Yeah. Just so you're, like a little more, you know, consistent, I guess, with like knowing where it's at, especially with the hard handles. Like I found that getting it, like knowing the position for hooking in, found that to be a little bit more consistent.
Okay.
Still kind of, you know, took a couple tries sometimes, but like just like knowing like where the wing is, or I guess where the strut is relative to your harness, you know, it's like just that much more exact.
Now it is heavier than the SlingWing.
Yeah.
But you don't really notice it? You don't notice it too bad? No.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does feel nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the benefits for me probably outweigh that.
Yeah.
I could see, you know, maybe if you're going like really light winds, that would be the move.
Yeah.
But then I do feel like the hard handles give you a little bit more power, like maybe not necessarily power, but like a couple times when there was a bit of a lull, it's like when you actually are like really yanking, I think you get a little bit more oomph out of that. You know, the hard handle, you can just kind of like control your scoop a little bit better, and maybe, you know, it's more efficient pumping up onto foil.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But
I like it.
yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's the move for me personally. For me, the hard handles is going to be moving forward. Like I probably will stick with wings with hard handles after using this.
Okay.
I really like it.
Okay. What do you think about for the first time person?
For beginners, it probably is the move to go soft from a standpoint of, you know, not taking this to the body and to the board, you know. Like you're definitely, I doinked my board once and it was fine, but like I'm sure if you're doing it consistently and like harder and, you know, I remember like when I was first learning, I definitely fell on my wing like a couple times. Like in the water. So
You don't put that.
you know, don't take this thing to the sternum.
Yeah.
Wear a impact vest.
The downfall I find in the javelin to learning is there's no predetermined place to put your hands.
Right.
There's just so much real estate for your hands to go, and I think it doesn't help the beginner. You know, I was trying to show someone how to use a wing for the first time on a beach with that wing, and he was just like, I let him go, and he was just all over grabbing that javelin. Boom. He didn't have a clue where to put his hands.
Yeah.
So I feel like having actual places to put your hands predetermined for you is a head start.
Yeah. Just as far as like fatigue of your hands and forearms go, I was expecting with the hard handles that it would be more fatiguing. You know, I just expected the soft handle, you know, gives you that little bit of, you know, wiggle. Not wiggle. It just gives you like more damping, I guess. It kind of like absorbs a bit more. But I actually found with these, I don't know if it's like the diameter of the grip is just good for my hands, or if it's the fact that, you know, it is rigid and it's got good grip, that like you maybe don't have to grip it quite as hard, but actually have found in those sessions that my hands and forearms get less fatigued with the hard handles. I'm not really sure why.
We've been pretty much just like done on the water because we couldn't take any more on the SlingWing V3 soft handles with the gloves, even pre-curved gloves. You just can't take it anymore. So that's huge for people winging in colder climates.
Yeah, especially with gloves on. Super nice. And yeah, I think the loops for mounting a harness line are probably about the same. Obviously with the hard handle you just have the 2 handles, whereas on some of the larger, I think it's on the 4.5 and larger sizes of the regular SlingWing, the non-hard handled V3, you do get that 3rd handle in the middle, which I find is really nice, especially, you know, getting started, having, you know, just having something else to grab for, or if you're, you know, super overpowered, say you're out on like a 5.5 and it picks up, and, you know, you can choke in a little bit. You know, you don't really have that option with these. I think overall length of the handles is probably, I haven't busted out the tape measure, but I think it's similar between the hard handle and the regular SlingWing. And then yeah, obviously this, you can see it here, it's a little bit deeper here up at the front. And that lets you grip the wing like this. So it kind of gives you a little bit more controlled flag out option if you want it. I found myself using that a lot if it was, you know, if I was like kind of riding downwind. That lets you kind of move the wing out of the way, or, you know, get it in more of a neutral position so it doesn't, you know, catch. Super annoying when you're going downwind and all of a sudden your wing kind of like gets in front of you, gets in the way. So having that kind of better control.
You have the one-handed control over the wing versus the soft handles.
Yeah, soft, you know, there's no way you can do that with the soft handle. That being said, I still reach for this handle most of the time, I would say.
That's preferred if you can.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a beaut.
Cool.
Got these little bumpers, I think, little rubber bumpers to help keep from dinging your board or dinging your face. I haven't actually tried removing them, but I think the idea is that you can remove these to I think it's just to you can take them off, like if you're traveling with it, so you can pack it up tighter.
Okay, that makes sense.
That is I guess a minor gripe, I would say, is that
when you're packing it up,
packing it up kind of isn't as easy.
Because you have to like pack it in half almost instead.
You basically just pack it in half, and then kind of stuff it in the bag.
Okay.
And it works fine. It's just doesn't pack up as tight as the standard SlingWing. But again, I would say that's pretty minor for me. Obviously, you got some hardware thrown into the mix that you don't have on, you know, a standard wing that's all, you know, nylon construction. So, you know, more possible points of failure. I don't know, these look like they're stainless, so shouldn't rust, but, you know, probably would want to take those out and check them every once in a while. Other than that, I think the construction's identical as far as, you know, the one pump system, which is fantastic. They did, I noticed they slightly updated this valve. This is actually tighter than it is on the SlingWing, the standard SlingWing, which is great. I've actually, on my standard SlingWing, I had one instance where my leash line got wrapped around this and was able to pull it off, even though like I had it strapped down. And since that happened, I've started being more intentional about tightening that one better, and that hasn't happened since. But all right, thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, just leave us a comment down at the bottom. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.